Psychology suggests that the most painful social experience isn't being rejected. It's being accepted only after a primary option is chosen first. You know the role: the second choice, the just-in-case friend, or the person people call when their actual priority falls through. People often assume that being the backup is the result of a weak or inherently insecure personality. Living in the second-place slot rewires the brain's neurological pathways for survival. Behaviors often labeled as crippling insecurity represent a highly evolved, perfectly functioning defense mechanism. If you have occupied this role, you likely notice microscopic changes in a friend's tone, pacing, or texting habits immediately. This reaction is often called paranoia, but psychology identifies it as rejection sensitivity, an adapted psychological reflex. A second-choice brain learned early on that social abandonment rarely announces itself. It happens quietly and gradually. You develop a predictive mechanism to sense emotional distance before the other person even consciously registers their own withdrawal. This hyper-awareness acts as an early warning radar designed to protect your mind from sudden emotional shock. This survival instinct manifests in relationships as a tendency to give disproportionately more time, energy, and forgiveness than you receive. It's common to view this behavior as a lack of personal boundaries. The actual driver is a persistent fear of being considered temporary or easily swappable. Overgiving is a subconscious strategy used to inflate your value. If you provide more effort than anyone else, you become harder to replace. Maintaining this value requires you to downplay your own needs and avoid conflict just to keep your place in the group. Accepting less than you deserve is a calculated toll paid to stave off the reality of isolation. You may also notice a shift toward absolute independence. You handle profound grief alone and celebrate major victories in silence. People might assume you hate help or are simply stubborn. This behavior stems from surviving environments where emotional support was inconsistent and unpredictable. The brain stops expecting rescue or validation because it cannot reliably predict if support will stay. Radical independence is the mind choosing the certainty of self-reliance over the unpredictability of conditional help. Chronic secondary placement creates an immense, invisible emotional endurance. This manifests in crises. You remain calm when plans collapse or people leave. You don't panic because you have survived this exact form of disappointment countless times before. This history changes what you seek in future relationships. While others chase the thrill of being chosen first, you prioritize the safety of being chosen consistently, every single day. If these patterns resonate, you aren't imagining it. And you are not to blame for possessing a mind built to survive.